Hey guys, everything new under the sun. Here's a Debka.com article, and it's about the Khashoggi murder. Everything appears to be a murder. Everybody kind of agrees that's what it was. The suggestion is that the Khashoggi murder came from an attempted coup on the Saudi crown prince. And why is that important? Well, as it relates to Bible prophecy, Saudi Arabia plays a part in Ezekiel 38. Could this be part of the situation? Did Khashoggi Affair spring from a coup attempt against Saudi crown prince? A peek into the mystery may have been offered by U.S. President Donald Trump's suggestion Monday that rogue elements may have engineered the disappearance of journalist Khashoggi in the Saudi consulate in Istanbul on October 2nd, but the president's early talk of severe punishment for the perpetrators was taken amiss in Riyadh and drew an angry rejoinder. Turkey Ezekiel, DG of Saudi-owned Al Arabiya news channel, warned the U.S. against shooting itself in the foot because, while the U.S. may be the world's leading economic military power, it would face the world's supreme oil power. His meaning was clear. Riyadh's counter-punishment could run to pushing oil prices up to $200 and turning energy markets around into trading in local currencies instead of the American dollar. What does that actually mean? Translation: economic collapse. That's what Saudi Arabia is threatening. By Monday, Trump was acting to make amends for putting Saudi backs up, he sent Secretary Mike Pompeo post-haste to Riyadh to smooth ruffled royal feathers. And so apparently this situation, however, came from an attempted coup. Saudi Crown Prince, the main target of murder allegations spread by Ankara, will be off the hook. Trump's reference to rogue elements will be helpful for this effort. If it doesn't, a fresh stream of pejorative rumors may follow, including ludicrous claims that Khashoggi used his Apple Watch to record how he was tortured and murdered. But they believe this became from a coup attempt, like I say, around the Saudi leadership, because he was outspoken. Khashoggi was against the Saudi government, and so that's kind of what's happening there. But I want to say, how does it relate to Bible prophecy? Well, in the last days, there's a connection between Saudi Arabia and Israel. Apparently, there's going to be some peace agreement. Saudi Arabia will still somewhat be on Israel's side, certainly not acting against Israel or joining forces with Gog Magog, Iran, Russia, etc. And that comes from Ezekiel 38, actually. In Ezekiel 38, it says, Sheba and Dedan and the merchants of Tarshish, which all the young lions thereof, shall say unto thee, Art thou come to take a spoil? Hast thou gathered a company to take a prey? Now, so the key items here are Sheba and Dedan. So who are Sheba and Dedan? These are referred to as, effectively, Saudi Arabia, and most would agree to that. This is from oxfordbiblechurch.co.uk. It says, and following up here, but there's also an Eastern power named that objects to the Russian invasion, Sheba and Dedan. These are ancient names for the land we know today as Arabia, especially Saudi Arabia. So Sheba and Dedan is referring to Saudi Arabia, and they are basically siding with Western nations, young lions of Tarshish, and protesting the invasion of Gog Magog, Ezekiel 38 invasion. So there's some peace accord or agreement there, which is in place today. They are very friendly. They are talking neighbors. There are some agreements there. They are on good terms, and certainly Saudi Arabia generally does support Israel, in large part because Israel is against Iran, and of course Saudi Arabia is directly against Iran, and it agrees with any Israeli action towards Iran. There is no love lost between Iran and Saudi Arabia, so Saudi Arabia is not involved in Ezekiel 38, and proven by the verse 13, Sheba and Dedan. They are objecting to the invasion, but they're certainly not taking part in it, or agreeing to it. So I think that's interesting, a potential coup attempt, and Saudi Arabia maybe even cleaning house here, so that they can continue to support Israel in the last days. Khashoggi, apparently he was anti-Israel, anti-Semitic, and so it's an interesting part of the story, confirming that Saudi Arabia really is going to stay in its place, stay with its current attitude towards Israel. As we know in Bible prophecy, it speaks of Saudi Arabia supporting them, at least with words. So interesting correlation, an interesting set of events coming out of the Khashoggi murder in the Turkish embassy there. Something to think about as we watch these end time events happening. We can see these nations shaping up and getting into place, and in some cases staying in place politically and otherwise to fulfill scriptures. And that means if these countries are already aligned, ready for Bible prophecy to occur, then how close are we to the actual fulfillment? It could happen that Saudi Arabia turns against Israel and becomes friends with the Russians. That would certainly put Bible prophecy off a good number of years until the political situation turned around to match up with Bible prophecy, because the Bible will be fulfilled. We don't know exactly when, but being that they are in alignment right now, and we have the alignment of the nations of the Ezekiel 38 prophecy, we can see that there's really nothing left to happen prior to that prophecy being fulfilled. Many suspect Isaiah 17, destruction of Damascus will occur prior to that. We are waiting for kind of a first strike by Israel in Syria with the F-35 fighters against the new S-300 that was deployed by Russia and commanded by their C-3 Command and Control Center in Russia. So it's being managed by Russians themselves, who know how to operate it really well. And really, we could be at the precipice of the fulfillment of these Bible prophecies. Everything is in place. There's nothing left to be done that I'm aware of for these to occur. And I think these will be occurring soon. So an update there from the Khashoggi murder and Saudi Arabia, how they will play a role in end time events. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.